Hi, my name is Marnie Parsons, and I'm a mom. My typical day? That's a really good question. I'm the social coordinator. I'm a chef. I'm the laundress. I am the chauffeur, the cheerleader, the confidant, mediator. It's also my job to make sure that I provide a safe and loving home for my children that has consistent limits and boundaries. I also find myself constantly preparing and planning for their future, that's a big part of it. What's coming next? What's in the best interest of my child? The stress level comes and goes when you've got a sick child or there's something going on in their life that is worrisome. Obviously your stress level is higher, and then there are times when things are going quite well and there's nothing to worry about and everything's a lot of fun, and so your stress level's low. I think what's important to realize is that being a mother never ends. It's 24/7. There's no vacation. There's no time off. It is just a day-to-day job. I think we all know that there's no certification or degree or requirements for having a child, and they certainly don't come with owner's manuals. We all know that. I think Elizabeth Stone says it best when she says that deciding to have a child is a momentous occasion. It's like having your heart walk around outside your body forever. And so knowing that, it's really important to have a healthy sense of self. And I think it goes without saying, a strong relationship with your spouse or partner. You need to be able to endure a lot in a partnership as a parent. You need to be able to parent from the same page and to focus on solutions and solve problems when it comes to your kids. You need to know the reasons that you want to have a child. Are you having a child for you, or are you having a child to bring another human life into the world? It's kind of a deep thing, and I don't think a lot of people put too much thought into why, the reasons that they want to have a child. Having realistic expectations for children is also something that's really important. Understanding developmentally the ages and stages of children and what you can expect. Financial stability is key. I certainly know that for my husband and I, raising children is much more expensive than we anticipated that it would be, and we know that costs rise over the course of a child's lifetime. So that's another important consideration. There has to be a very honest desire to learn and to grow as an individual when you're a parent, to look at yourself honestly and realize that your every action is something that you're modeling for your children and who you want them to be. So you need to be your best. There also has to be a willingness to seek answers as a parent, answers and support. Are you doing what's in the best interest of your child? Are you parenting with some understanding of how to raise responsible, respectful, cooperative young adults? I think it's important to know what kind of adult you want to raise and to sort of have those ideas, those qualities, or those skills in mind as you parent. I know that for myself, I had to learn that rather than having power over my child, I needed to trust and have faith that using natural and logical consequences to teach were a more effective way of parenting, and that I was then raising problem solvers rather than children who were relying on, punishment or permissiveness in their behavior. The worst part of the job for me is, and has always been, the disagreements with my spouse about parenting. How to get on the same page and do something that feels right for both of us, as well as knowing that it's in the best interest of our children. that's definitely been difficult. Also, the day-to-day mundane tasks, the laundry, the cooking, the chores, the homework, getting my kids to just cooperate on a day-to-day basis, following routines, the same thing day in and day out. Sometimes that feels like drudgery to me. And also the challenge of letting go, the normal worry and concern about, can they handle this? Can they move on? Am I ready to let go? Am I ready to, let them walk to school by themselves? Am I ready to let them start taking driver's ed? Am I ready to turn them loose behind the wheel of a car? Am I ready to let them go to college? Those have had some small challenges that have gone with them, those developmental stages and steps that seem like milestones, rites of passage, if you will, to adulthood. Definitely the worst parts for me. The best parts, watching them grow, develop, become amazing young adults in their own right. The light in their eyes when they're experiencing their own self-pride or their own self-worth has been really amazing. The laughter and the joy, there is joy to parenting, that's absolutely a given. Tons and tons of joy and fun. We have a lot of fun together. There's also the unconditional love that you're able to give to another human being, as well as the love that you receive from them. It's something pretty special. I think that if you're deciding to become a mom, you need to realize that it takes more patience, more honesty than you could ever imagine. You have to be so willing to structure your life around the needs of another individual and still be able to take care of yourself and your relationships and your own career. It's a huge responsibility that is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a job that never ends. There's no vacation time. There's no ability to get frustrated, give 2 weeks notice and move on to the next family. It simply doesn't work that way. For me, being a mom has not only been the most rewarding and wonderful opportunity I've ever had and will continue to have for the rest of my life, but also the most challenging. And you have to be willing to accept that challenge.